automation lane. I can automate pretty much everything. If I don't like it, clear automation out. I'm good to start again.
Now, how many levels of automation can you have?
As many as you want. You can actually just keep recording them, or you can add specific modulators from the mixer or the sampler. Maybe you want to add like a pan back and forth or something like that. At the same time, I could select like a hi-hat, and then I can actually even paint this in, so we could do like a pan modulation or something, and be able to actually kind of just draw it in from the mouse as well. So yeah, you're not limited to only working with the hardware. Of course, you can go in and do like editing like this if I need to take this out, or if I need to nudge this one a little bit. But still, I could select all these, and then even just nudge them from the.
How would you nudge an individual note from the pad? Like, let's say you wanted to include that one. It'd be easy just to click it on the screen.
Yeah, to be honest, I know you can select sounds like that. I don't know if you could specifically just select one. So, but yeah, that's how I would do it basically. It's cool. So yeah, total control and all that stuff. Let's go back to there first. Now, again, no matter where I'm at, I can at any time just tune, pitch, all this stuff. The other great thing is, how often are you like always looking for new sounds and everything? So this pattern I don't like the snare sound, so I could come in, actually browse, and browse by the same similar kind of sample. So I can find my similar samples. Maybe I have all my favorites loaded somewhere in the browser, and I want to just kind of scroll through all these. So I like that hi-hat. Now I want to switch the snare out. Same thing with the kick. So fast and easy. Now when you actually go the next step and you take your samples and start to categorize your favorite samples, it's real easy to go in, dial up favorites, and find like your 10 main kicks that you always use or something like that. Real straightforward, real fast. Make sense?
Can you give us a lesson on sampling?
Yep. That's what we're
gonna do. Yeah.
Because I want to, I take all my sounds off Weds.
Yep. If you like that, there's some phenomenal vinyl kits in here, which they just basically, in Berlin, there's a, right across the street, there's a vinyl plant, and so basically they would just send their samples over, press them the vinyl, and then resample them in. So there's all these great vinyl kits. They've been my favorite so far. I'll just load one up real quick. They're top notch. Yeah, definitely high quality like that. All the sounds are pretty much industry ready, like ready to go. They don't even take much tweaking. They just sound great off the bat. So.
Now let me ask you this.
Yep.
I hate recording.
Okay.
That's like the worst part for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like using Pro Tools. I'm really like a MPC and just burn it to CD kind of guy.
You could do the whole thing here. You can literally just select, and I'll show you in a minute, but you can export your audio right from the thing, selecting by scenes or specific loop range, how long you would want. So I could just do like a 4-bar loop of a specific sound and burn it instantly to the hard drive.
Okay.
And I'll do it, and I'll do it later, and you can see.
Is there a way to record with this, or do I
record internally?
Yeah. Like, well, no, not that, but like, well, what am I saying? If I don't want to use Pro Tools and I don't want to use...
You could literally almost do everything in here. You can record your vocals, you can sample in.
Oh, yeah?
You can do all that stuff. So I'll kind of show you on this one.
So then I wouldn't need Pro Tools if I had this.
You would still want to do for more intricate editing and everything, but literally it's a standalone groove box where it comes with sounds for drums, synths, everything you would probably need to get started. Anything more you'd want to do, if you want to do more accurate like audio recording, yeah, you still want to use a DAW. And it works perfectly inside the DAW, which I'll get to later. So I kind of recreated like Kanye West using all the internal sounds. One thing I forgot to mention was on each sound you have 2 effect slots. So for instance, I can select the effect slot and I'll come in here and maybe we want just a reverb on the snare, and then instantly be able to control the effect right away. If I don't like it, I can always just even bypass it. So you have 2 effects per sound,
Man, no, we're
and
back.
then 2 effects per group, and then 2 effects on the master as well. You can take it a step further and actually load sounds, individual sounds, and just create like an effects bus just by saying, here's my reverb bus, set the source to input, and now it's basically like a reverb sound, so I could call it reverb. And then I could go in, say, to my 808 and route this output into my new reverb sound, which you can see here, and you can also see here. So there it's routed
I'm
internally
like
too.
completely lost, man.
Makes sense? You can just route effects. It's super flexible.
Okay.
And I didn't do any crazy like track setups. I basically just threw an extra effect on one thing. So
Is it rewiring to like Pro Tools?
it loads as a plugin inside of Pro Tools or something.
Okay, so
PST.
outputs like battery does.
Yep, you can route
RTS for you
even
Pro
out
Tools
of your
users.
sound card. So I can literally say
Losers.
external outputs, up to 8 external outputs. So out of your Digi, maybe you want to run out to like run your snare out to an Avalon and then bring it right back in and reset.
Taekwondo just like.
So yeah, this one I kind of took that like 808 and I put like a group effect on it, kind of that nice lo-fi sound. Otherwise, it sounds a little too clean. So you can kind of get that nice kind of SP1200 or old school MPC kind of sound to it. Oops. Switch pattern. So I want to switch scene, and you can see how like an arrangement might work here.
Loving you, way I wanted to, what I had to do.
So you can start to sequence something like this.
I'm not loving you, I'm not I'm in love,
just kinda took an acapella
with you all the way home, all the way,
That's how you
all the
chop
way,
also?
all the way.
You can chop like this.
all the
I'll get
way,
more into chopping
all
later,
the way.
but you can instantly just kind of load up multiple scenes like that. Internal pianos, of course.
I'm not loving you, way I want to. So keep your love, love, love. Stay love, love, love. Keeping your love, love, love.
Oh, that's scary.
That probably needs a little
Wow.
reverb, so I would go in and, you know. It's actually just, that's just a simple
Oh
sample
my
I just
God.
took from somewhere else. And so you could easily kind of recreate a song like that right away.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
The other great thing, here I'm using it in keyboard mode, at which point every single sound can be used this way as well. So if I want to go in and do it like
Wow.
that. Otherwise, if you have your controller set up, everything's going to be transposed. Every single sound you select a sound is transposed. So you want to do snare rolls like that, you can just play them on your keyboard the same way and be ready to go. Works perfect. So for sampling, let's just bring in like a new group. So one way you could do it is you can record internally. So I can have a blank sound and I can do an external source. You can see it selecting from my sound card. Or I could do like an internal sample. So if I switch through, you can see my different groups here. So if I take like a acapella group, we'll load up scene 2, and then I can set it to record.
Already had the other crap in the background.
So as I start playing, you'll see it sampling. I can set into the sync mode where I can tell it like sync perfectly 2 bars, and I'll hit start and it will wait to catch. It'll start recording, and after 2 bars it'll immediately cut off. And so there's my new sample on this. Now I could take that and tweak that. I could have easily